Let's start off with obviously been a busy week in terms of new signings. Have you been able to get them settled in and integrated into the team despite that postponement?
Well, yeah, to a degree we have. Yeah, we've had an opportunity to have a couple of sessions with them. So yeah, we'll try and get them up to speed as best we possibly can. Obviously, when you bring in players, the quicker you can do that, the better. But we have a way of playing, as you know, and the players that we bring in are aware of that because of the conversations that we have prior to that. But I think obviously going over some of the players that we have brought in, we tend to sometimes have to follow them for a while, and by the time they sort of come through the door, they're ready and able to go into it straight away.
And with regards to, I know Brooke's been playing a lot at 23s, and John's obviously been in and out of the team at Portsmouth. Are they ready to go a bit like Liam and Morgan had been?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like I say, like you just mentioned there, they've had bits of games, and they're at a point now where they've been training quite a while at both sort of, well, obviously Brooks' parent club, and obviously where John's concerned, he's had, I think it was 60 minutes in his last game, so he'll be ready and he'll be good to go, whether it's this weekend or next weekend.
Is that you done for transfer business?
Potentially. There's always that chance, obviously, going into the last couple of days where if anything happens this weekend or anything happens against Burton, you might have to do something pretty quickly. But obviously, we've got one or two players coming back into the fold. The two centre halves, Liam Bridcut won't be a million miles away. So yeah, I think we're certainly in a better position now than we were sort of coming out of August.
Yeah, with regards to Adam Jackson, the concussion, how close is he, and when can he return?
We're certainly closer. Burton might be a bit too soon, but I think beyond Burton, we'll look to try and get him involved, hopefully in the MK Dons game, if not against Morecambe.
I know Bristol City have had a similar situation with Nathan Baker, and he's had a couple of concussions this season, and they're worried about putting him back in. Is there a concern there that obviously a third concussion could be, a difficulty for him going forward, let alone for the football club?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But Adam's aware of, everything that could maybe happen. But he's desperately, trying to get himself in the mix. He's doing everything he can. He's training. The one thing that he's not doing much of at the minute, due to the protocols, etc., he's heading. But slowly will be integrated into his training program, and yeah, hopefully over the next few days and next couple of weeks, he'll be in a position where he's able to play.
I know on Monday you talked about Ted Bishop and maybe having to give him a game off to recuperate. Did Tuesday help in a way of being able to give him a full week?
I think it did, yeah. There's no doubt about that. Not that we wanted the game to be off, because obviously regardless of us conceding so late, we are in a pretty good place. I think there's a lot of confidence in the group. The performances are very good at the minute. So, but for him personally, yeah, it was probably good timing.
With regards to Plymouth, I know they're missing a few of their key players with internationals and an injury. What are you expecting from them, and have they changed much under their new manager?
Not much change, from being honest. Obviously, they've got one or two missing. Whether Kamara comes back in time to play, I'm not too sure if he'll get back in time. But when you've got the likes of Danny Mayer coming in, who wasn't available last time, the value and the quality that he adds to the team is literally is as good as anything in this division. So, but no, in terms of the way they set up and they go about it, they're very, very similar.
Obviously, it was quite a thrilling game last season in the league. I bet you'll happily take a 1-0 late win for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we played obviously Plymouth in the Cup as well last year, and we just feel that the two performances there last year were very, very good and to a high standard. And for us to not get anything out of both them games was gutting, to be honest with you, because I thought we were worthy of taking something from both games. So I'll sacrifice a performance tomorrow to get the points. There's no doubt about that.
We've seen as well in the last 24 hours, obviously, O'Reilly from MK Dons going to Celtic for over a reported million. Do you think teams around the country and around Europe are starting to look at League One more now and look at the players and realise that there is a lot of talent here that might have just fallen by the wayside from a Premier League side and could make that step back up?
I think so, yeah, and I think if you get them at the right age, there's no reason why that can't happen. I think you've only got to look at the size of the clubs that are in League One now. You know, there's probably 6 or 7, maybe even 8 clubs that are competing in League One who feel they should be an absolute minimum Championship side. So with that comes bigger budgets. Obviously, you know, there's probably 8 to 10 clubs in this league that can blow the rest of us out of the water. And in doing so, obviously enables them to bring, you know, better young players to this league. So the rest of us, yes, we are playing catch-up and we'll continue to play catch-up, but you're right. I think what it does do, it brings a lot more scouts, a lot more attention to this league, and gives our players a platform to showcase their skills.
Wonderful. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Rob. Finley Cannon.
How important will John Marcus be in rubbing off on the likes of Liam Cullen?
Yeah, well, we hope he'll be a good addition to the team, to the squad. Brings a lot of experience, a lot of know-how. One of the things that we've struggled in the last 3 or 4 games in terms of the results that haven't gone our way. Certainly hasn't been performance, but it's been knowing how to manage a game and see a game out. And if we'd probably had John in the team 3 or 4 weeks ago, then, you know, I'm convinced that certainly the experience that he can bring to some of our younger players would make the scoreline slightly different. So, 1, I hope he brings goals. 2, I hope he brings a competitive edge to the top end of the pitch, which I'm sure he will. And further, yeah, he'll bring vast experience which will help Liam.
And are there any updates on any of the players currently out injured?
The 2 centre-halves are not a million miles away, like I've just touched on then. Jacko probably start February. Walsh hopefully start February. Liam Bridcut mid-Feb possibly. We've got a couple of 50-50s for tomorrow's game that, you know, could be a bit of an issue for a game or 2. So yeah, we'll wait and see how sort of today goes with those players.
And with the incoming players that have come in the last week or so, particularly with John Marcus, he's in on a permanent basis, but it's only a short-term contract. Is there a reason behind that?
Well, his contract was up at the end of the season with Portsmouth, and I'm guessing it was much easier for both clubs to do it that way than on a loan.
Okay, thank you.